Hello, everyone. Want to talk to you today about a project that we're going to do in a number of Sports Authority locations across the country. This is an exciting opportunity for AMS as they are a new strategic partner of ours. And should we do a great job on this particular project, we are going to have many more opportunities for work with the Sports Authority. So this is a great new project. And what we're going to be doing with this project is we will be updating an existing fitness display. And this display is typically found at the front of the store. Different stores will have different size displays. Some stores will have an 8-foot display. That display will take 2 to 2.5 hours to complete. And the remaining stores will have a 4-foot display, and that'll take 1.5 to 2 hours to complete. Each store will only have one of these displays. So we have separate instructions for both the 4-foot section and for the 8-foot section. During the course of this call, we're going to briefly review the components of the 8-foot version. What you should know about the 4-foot version is that it is very similar to the 8, only it has less components to it. So that's why we're only going to record for the 8-foot version. But you'll have specific instructions if you have a 4-foot location. So additionally, for both locations, you're going to be updating both end caps on the display, as well as for the 8-foot section, one of the 8-foot sides, and on the 4-foot section, one of the 4-foot sides. So I now call your attention to the fact that we have 5 objectives for the project. Objective number 1 is to place new TomTom product card and mock units onto end cap number 1. And just so you know, as you're facing the display and the side that you're going to be deploying on, it's the left side. Then you're going to place new Garmin graphic cards inline, whether on the 8-foot section. The third objective is you will be installing the new Fitbit mock units inline. While on the fourth objective is installing the new Fitbit video display onto that end cap. The fifth objective will be auditing the structural, graphic, and mock unit components of the wearable fitness display, and we have a document which shows that completely. Okay, from there, I'd like to call your attention to project materials list. We're going to be sending these instructions to you. Additionally, there is an IVR check-in for this project. Very important to use your IVR check-in. That number is 1-855-245-4276, and you are required to check in at the outset of this project every time you're deploying it. Additionally, on the materials list will be the wearable fitness replacement part request form, the wearables fitness display planogram, the letter of authorization, which you will bring to this location, store-specific survey questions, and the store manager sign-off sheet. You'll be able to view this video. You'll need to bring either a camera or smartphone because photos are required for this project, and we absolutely need to have those photos reported promptly. And we're asking that you get your photos in, if at all possible, the same day that you deploy, obviously within 24 hours of completion. You'll need the wearable fitness display update kit, which you'll find at the store, as well as the wearable fitness display kit tracking. Okay, so the first thing that you do when you get to the location is you should check in with the manager. And there will be a box for the display for you to deploy in. That will be found either in the warehouse or the manager may have it at the manager's station. Either way, you'll be able to obtain that one box. Make sure the material, when you open the box, check in the materials and make sure that they are in order. Before taking things apart, when you get to the display, make certain that you view how it is assembled. As an example, there are some plugins for the electrical which support the LED display. Make sure you see how that's all attached, because you'll be taking those, you'll be unplugging those so that you can take pieces off. You'll also need to see how the dummies are attached to the display, because you'll be attaching new dummies. So just make sure that you take a look at that before you take it apart. I should also call out and thank Paula Tyler, who is a new supervisor on the AMS team. She is the one who you'll see in the videos and who actually worked with us when we did the shakedown in Minneapolis. A couple of call outs are be careful when you're removing the wedges. The reason for that is number one is it's not that they're difficult. You just want to be able to make sure that when you take them off, you're going to be putting them right back on after you've finished assembling the dummies, and you're going to want to be able to easily put them back on the display. I would also like to call out that on the 8-foot section, one of the wedges that you're pulling off is two connected 2-foot sections. Now, when they were deployed originally, they were supposed to have screws underneath that held the two footers together. We're finding that in many locations that didn't happen. Nevertheless, you can still take the two 4-foot sections off as one. They are connected by a solid cardboard graphic. It holds them together, and you should remove them as one. Okay, so the first step that you're going to take is you're going to replace the Polar Misfit end cap and replace those with TomTom dummies, as well as changing out the graphics. From there, you'll move to the 8-foot section, where you'll be changing out graphics as well as dummies. Pay close attention to the planogram. The planogram is nicely set up. It is understandable, and they also number the dummies that show up in little plastic bags. The thing that you need to know about the dummies is that they don't necessarily go on in sequential order. So you'll want to follow the planogram to ensure that you're putting the right dummy in the right location on the planogram. And then the third part of what you're deploying on this display will be the Fitbit end cap. And that end cap, not only will you be replacing graphics and dummies, but you'll also be replacing the monitor. I would like to call out that the light box that you change out on the Fitbit end cap needs to be saved and given to the store in case they need it as a replacement part. From here, we're going to ask that you do an audit from the replacement part request form. Please complete that audit. The purpose of this audit is there will be another project forthcoming this summer that we will also be doing, and they want to ensure that all the parts are in good working order in advance of that particular project. We need for you to have the manager take a look at the display, ensure that they're satisfied with the work that you've done, and then have them sign off on the manager sign off. Make sure that you clean up completely, and then that you take the photos that are called out in this report. Again, very important that you take these photos as planned, and from there, your project should be complete. We ask that you get these uploaded quickly again, and if you have any questions, we've got the 800 number in here that you can call, as well as I'm going to give you my cell phone number, and that cell phone number is 952-484-7051, and I will be glad to try to answer your call when it comes in. And this is Jeff Kelberg, and try to respond to any questions that you may have. So that's the end of our recording here, and we wish you good luck with the project. Thank you very much.